Welcome to Rising Parent, where we dive into the heart of family life. Today, we're tackling a topic that's essential for every family: budgeting. Let's face it, managing finances can be stressful, especially for families. In this episode, our guest speakers will dive deep into Edna's article on practical tips and strategies to help you create a budget that works for your family. We'll discuss how to set financial goals, track your spending, and find creative ways to save money. We'll also explore fun, affordable family activities that will strengthen your bonds without breaking the bank. So whether you're a seasoned parent or just starting your family journey, this episode is for you. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Back again.
We're diving into something that I know a lot of you are thinking about these days, especially if you're parents or childcare providers. How to make the most of family time.
Right.
Without breaking the bank.
It's a challenge for sure.
It really is.
It's a real juggling act. Trying to make those memories and...
Yeah, keeping everybody happy.
Yeah, and keeping it affordable.
Exactly.
So I'm glad we're talking about this today.
Yeah, me too. And that's why I am so excited to share this deep dive with you guys.
Awesome.
We're unpacking some advice from an article by Edna, who has over 20 years of experience working with families.
Wow.
And she had some really insightful tips. And you know what's really interesting is
What's that?
that Edna, along with her partner Tim, actually founded Selfless Outreach,
Oh, wow.
which is a nonprofit mobile food bank.
That's incredible.
They are doing some amazing work to support families
Yeah.
in need. And
Yeah.
that really speaks to their commitment to
Giving
this
back.
issue.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll share a little bit more about Selfless Outreach
Okay.
and how you can get involved a little bit later on. But for now, let's kind of jump into Edna's advice.
Sounds good.
Her article on risingparent.com starts by emphasizing the power of budgeting.
Okay.
But it's not about like restricting joy. It's about making conscious choices so you can prioritize what matters.
Right. Yeah, budgeting can sometimes have a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Where it feels like you're limiting yourself, but really it's about empowering yourself to spend on what truly matters.
Exactly. And I think sometimes we just need to
Yeah.
like rethink that mindset.
For sure, it's about being intentional with your spending.
Exactly.
And speaking of intention, Edna has some really creative ideas for cost-effective activities.
Yes, she does.
One thing she highlights is the incredible value of free community resources.
Totally. I feel like that is so overlooked.
Oh, absolutely.
Parks, libraries, community centers,
All free.
they offer so much.
Yeah, and they're often overlooked, but they offer a wealth of opportunities for fun and learning, and they're free.
It's amazing what's available if we just
Right in our backyard?
look around.
Yeah.
So true. Now, one idea that I thought was really interesting was using everyday household items for art projects.
Oh, that's fun.
So we're thinking like cardboard boxes, empty egg cartons, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like recycling and repurposing things.
Exactly.
I love that idea.
It's all about being resourceful, right?
It's such a great way to spark creativity and resourcefulness, and it teaches kids that you don't need fancy supplies to have fun and make something beautiful.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about thinking outside the box.
Literally.
Literally.
With the cardboard box.
With a cardboard box, yeah. And of course, we can't forget about family game night.
Oh, the classic.
The classic.
Family game night.
It's a classic for a reason, right?
There's a reason those have stood the test of time. Board games, card games, charades. They're fantastic for unplugging, connecting, and just laughing together. And you can often find them secondhand for a fraction of the price.
Such a good tip.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to shopping smarter.
Okay.
Edna has some really savvy strategies here
All right. I'm right.
that I think can make a big difference. First up is the power of planning.
Yeah.
She's a big advocate for shopping lists.
Yes, shopping lists are crucial.
Yes.
They help you stay focused and avoid those impulse buys that can really derail a budget.
Right.
It's about going into the store with a plan and sticking to it.
I'm definitely guilty of those impulse buys, especially
Oh.
when I'm shopping with my kids. They're masters of the,
Ah,
Mom, can we get this?
I know that all too well.
The struggle is real.
But that's where Edna's next tip comes in. She suggests turning couponing into a fun family challenge.
Okay, tell me more.
It's about getting the kids involved in finding coupons and matching them to items on your shopping list. You can make it a game, like whoever finds the most coupons gets to pick a special treat for the week or something like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's teaching them about value, too.
Exactly. It not only saves money, but also teaches kids about value and the importance of being financially savvy.
Yes, and it takes the pressure off of me.
That's right. You don't have to be the sole coupon clipper.
To be the one in charge of all of it.
Exactly.
Another thing that Edna highlights is the reusable bags.
Yes.
This is important.
Not only is it good for the environment,
Right.
but many stores offer discounts for using them.
It's a win-win
It's a win-win.
for everybody.
Absolutely. And it can be a great way to start conversations with your kids about sustainability and making eco-conscious choices. It's about integrating those values into your everyday life.
Exactly. And speaking of making life easier, we can't forget about price comparison tools
Oh, yes. Those are essential.
in this digital age.
In the digital age,
Right.
huge time craver.
They're huge time savers. So you can quickly compare prices across different stores,
Yeah,
find the best deals without spending hours driving around town.
exactly.
And that frees up more time for family.
Absolutely. More time for those precious family moments.
I love that. And that actually brings us perfectly to Edna's next point,
Yeah.
which is all about the power of community. She emphasizes that community resources can be budget-friendly and enriching.
That's so important.
Yeah.
We sometimes forget about the incredible resources available right in our own communities.
So true, and we'll definitely be diving deeper into that in the next part of our deep dive.
Can't wait.
But before we move on,
Yes.
I do want to remind everybody that Edna and Tim, the incredible minds behind
Yeah.
these valuable tips, they've dedicated their lives to helping families.
That's amazing.
And you can find them in all the amazing work that they're doing at Selfless Outreach, which is their nonprofit mobile food bank at selflessoutreach.org.
Awesome. And be sure to consider donating if you can. Every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps. Absolutely. They are making a difference
Yeah.
in the lives of families who need it most. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground in this first part,
We have.
from budgeting and creative activities to smart shopping.
Yeah, lots of great tips.
So don't forget to subscribe to the deep dive so you don't miss out on the rest of our discussion.
And be sure to share this deep dive with other parents and caregivers who could benefit from these valuable tips. The more we can spread the word, the better.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how many hidden gems are tucked away in our communities, just waiting to be discovered.
Yeah.
Edna's article specifically mentions libraries,
Oh, yeah.
which have evolved so much,
They really have.
far beyond just books.
My kids love our local library. We go there all the time.
Oh, that's great.
It's not just for borrowing books. We go to story time. We go to workshops. They even have movie nights.
That's awesome. Yeah, and what's great is that libraries often tailor their programs to different age groups.
That's a good point.
So you can find toddler-friendly activities, book clubs for teens, and even resources for adults, like parenting classes or computer literacy workshops.
It's like a one-stop shop
It really is.
for the whole family.
For learning and entertainment for the whole family, and it's all free.
And it's all free.
That's the best part.
And beyond the library, Edna also highlights community centers as a really valuable hub
Yeah,
for budget-friendly activities.
absolutely.
I've heard great things about our local community center. I just haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
You should definitely check it out.
I will. What kind of programs do they typically offer?
They usually have a really wide range of offerings, from affordable recreational programs like sports,
Okay.
arts and crafts, educational classes, and even special events for families.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And I love that it provides a space for families to connect with each other.
Absolutely.
And, their neighbors, too.
It's a really important point. These community spaces foster a sense of belonging, and they create opportunities for families to support each other.
Right. It takes a village.
Exactly. It takes a village. It's about building that network of shared experiences and resources.
Exactly. And on that note, Edna also mentions that a lot of nonprofit organizations often have programs
Yes.
that are specifically designed to help families,
That's true.
especially those that are facing financial challenges.
Right. And I think that raises an important question. How can we better connect those families
Right.
with the resources that are available?
Yeah, because sometimes they're out there.
Yeah,
People just don't know about them.
exactly. It's about raising awareness and making sure families know where to turn for help when they need it.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of resourcefulness,
Yes.
there's this other really interesting idea that Edna suggests
Okay, what's that?
called a family swap. Have you heard of this?
Oh, yes. I love this one. It's a fantastic way to leverage the skills and resources within a community.
Yeah, it's got a modern-day barter system.
Exactly. Families can exchange services or goods with each other based on their individual skills and needs.
Okay, so for example, maybe one family is great at baking.
Okay.
Another family has a knack for car maintenance.
Right.
They can trade freshly baked treats for an oil change.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's practical, it saves money, and it strengthens community bonds. It's a win-win-win.
I love that. And it kind of goes back to what Edna was saying earlier about budgeting being a way to prioritize what truly matters.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, what truly matters for most families is spending quality time.
Spending quality time together, building those memories and connections.
Exactly. And those priceless moments don't require, expensive vacations, fancy gadgets.
Not at all. They can be found in simple everyday activities like a picnic in the park.
Yes.
Or a family game night at home. It's about being present and engaged with each other.
Regardless of the setting or the cost.
Absolutely. And I think that's a really powerful takeaway from this deep dive.
Mm.
Quality family time doesn't have to break the bank.
It's about being creative, resourceful, and, just being open to exploring the possibilities in your own community.
Exactly. And remember, if you're looking for inspiration or support, Edna and Tim's work with Selfless Outreach is a shining example of how we can make a difference in the lives of families who need it most.
We'll be sure to include a link to their website in the show notes.
Awesome.
So everybody can check out the incredible work they're doing. Now, as we wrap up this part of our discussion, I want to encourage all of our listeners to think about their own communities.
Yeah, what hidden gems or untapped resources might be waiting to be discovered?
And what simple, budget-friendly activities could you plan with your family this weekend?
That's a good question to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really gets the creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
And reminds us that we can have fun without spending a lot of money.
It really does. And we'd love to hear your ideas, too.
Yeah.
So be sure to share them with us on social media.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
Let's create like a whole collection of budget-friendly family fun inspiration.
Yeah, a whole community of resourceful families sharing tips and encouraging each other.
Exactly. And, I think after doing this deep dive into Edna's advice, I'm just really struck by how much emphasis she puts on resourcefulness and connection.
That's so true. It's not just about saving money. It's about being creative and finding those ways to connect with your family, to build those relationships and to appreciate those simple things.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's such a powerful message, especially in today's world where it's so easy to get caught up in consumerism.
Oh, yeah.
And, that pressure to keep up with the Joneses.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that true wealth lies in the quality of our relationships and the memories we create, not in the size of our bank accounts.
Beautifully said. And those memories, thankfully, are priceless.
They are.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into family fun on a budget, I hope all of our listeners feel empowered to create those magical moments with their loved ones, regardless of their financial situation.
I hope so, too.
It's been a really insightful conversation, and a big thank you to Edna for sharing her wisdom and expertise.
Yes, thank you, Edna.
And don't forget to check out the incredible work Edna and Tim are doing with Selfless Outreach, their nonprofit mobile food bank. You can find them at selflessoutreach.org.
Absolutely. Their dedication to supporting families is truly inspiring.
It really is. And just remember, you have the power to make family time meaningful and memorable no matter your budget.
That's right.
So get out there, explore, connect, and create those unforgettable moments. And be sure to subscribe to The Deep Dive so you don't miss out on future episodes. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a topic that matters. Until then, keep diving deep.